Did Ryan Reynolds ditch Blake Lively at the premiere of Another Simple Favor to save his own career?
Strangers describe me as extremely disloyal.
Blake Lively's world is rapidly falling apart, and Ryan Reynolds has just abandoned ship to protect himself. The disaster she's caused has spiraled so far out of control that it's pulling everyone down with her.
That's so gross and weird and manipulative, even if it's true.
Ryan knew that if he stayed any longer, his career would be the next casualty in Blake's Hollywood collapse.
Ryan and Blake both now realize if their careers are to survive, they cannot be involved in the same project because everything will be heavily scrutinized.
So where the hell was Ryan Reynolds? That's the question everyone was asking when Blake Lively walked the red carpet all alone, forcing a fake smile for the cameras like everything was fine. But nothing was fine. The A Simple Favor premiere was supposed to be her big moment, but instead, all anyone could focus on was the glaring Ryan Reynolds-shaped hole beside her.
Now, insiders are spilling on the real reason why Ryan Reynolds left Blake Lively alone on the red carpet amid the Anna Kendrick beef, and it's all about money.
Not a single hand-holding photo, no couple poses, nothing. And don't try to tell me he was busy. This man has time to buy soccer teams and post unhinged Instagram captions, but suddenly he's too swamped to support his wife. Please.
Sounded awful, like to a point like, I'm like, damn.
And of course, the media went into full meltdown mode. Was this a calculated PR move, or was it a full-blown relationship crisis? Turns out it's both. According to a Daily Mail insider, Ryan and Blake already knew they couldn't keep showing up together if they wanted to save their careers. Apparently, their SNL appearance was a test to see how people would react to them as a couple, and let's just say, the results were uglier than Blake's legal strategy.
Why did Ryan Reynolds not show up? I mean, I'm not entirely surprised that he didn't show up, to be perfectly honest, because this is Blake's contractually obligated appearance. She had to be there, guys.
Remember the SNL 50th anniversary special? The one where Ryan Reynolds was just trying to sit there, minding his own business, but then Amy Poehler hit in with, "Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?" His immediate response was, "Why? What have you heard? That wasn't just a joke, people."
Oh, hey, that's Reynolds. Hi. How's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
That was a man fighting for his life. That wasn't humor. That was pure, unfiltered panic because he already knew what was coming. The booze, the backlash, the side eyes, and oh boy, did they get it.
They did this publicity stunt last night where they went on SNL and Ryan Reynolds made this like silly joke, this really silly joke.
February 2024, this was the moment everything shifted. Ryan and Blake showed up to SNL, probably hoping people would magically forget the absolute dumpster fire of a lawsuit she threw at Justin Baldoni in December 2023. But nope, audiences weren't buying the power couple act anymore. You had people cheering, probably their PR team, but you also had boos, awkward tension, and fans looking like they just saw their childhood heroes ruin their legacy in real time.
That wasn't fulfilling for me. I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, and creating the character.
And guess who was absolutely livid after that? Blake. Insiders say she was furious because Ryan wasn't playing along with her "I'm the victim" narrative. He was too chill, too casual, not giving off that stand by your woman energy that she was banking on.
She seems like a bully. She was such a high-maintenance diva bully brat.
Because let's be real, she needed him to look like the supportive husband, defending her honor. But instead, he looked like a man just waiting for this nightmare to be over. The problem is, Blake can't have that. She needs control. She needs Ryan to be the perfect husband who stands beside her in public like a prop, not a real person with his own reputation to protect.
Blake had to show up for this. I'm sure she was contractually obligated to be there. And both of them, Anna and Blake, and I'm sure neither of them really wanted to be there, to be fair. But why wasn't Ryan there? I'm not surprised he wasn't there. I gotta be honest. He doesn't have to be there at every junket. Now,
And apparently, after that night, she went into full damage control mode because you know what? She allegedly told her friends that Ryan wasn't taking her lawsuit seriously. As if it's his fault that she's out here making the worst legal decisions known to mankind. Oh, Ryan, how dare you not act like your entire career depends on my ridiculous accusations? How dare you not be as emotionally unstable as me? The nerve.
I think they do need to do their separate appearances if they need to do them. Ryan, really, it's about protecting their separate income, the source explained. Blake is unsure about the future of her career because of the backlash she has received. She does not want to have a family with no income, and she knows that Ryan's career has so far survived the fallout.
But here's where things get really interesting. After the SNL disaster, Blake needed to fix her image. And what's the best way to do that? A red carpet appearance, a chance to look unbothered, successful, thriving. But there was one problem: Ryan Reynolds. She couldn't risk another public embarrassment like SNL. So what does she do?
I didn't like him. Just gonna be straight with you. I didn't fucking like him. So they're both equally repulsive.
She ditches him before he can ditch her, because if he had shown up and acted even a little off, people would have seen through her act immediately. So instead, she shows up alone, hoping people will just assume Ryan is busy rather than thinking, oh wow, maybe he just doesn't want to be here.
It's kind of, I wasn't that surprised that Ryan wasn't there. It wasn't his movie. It was weird that Ryan was there and it ends with us. If he shows up to every one of our movies that has nothing to do with, I think it would be worse reaction. I do.
And honestly, that's exactly what Ryan wanted. Because according to Daily Mail, Ryan was already reevaluating his public association with Blake after seeing how damaging this entire mess was for his image.
So I can't fault him for not showing up. The fact that he's responding is interesting. It shows they're paying attention and they're unnerved.
Think about it. This is Ryan freaking Reynolds, the guy who built his entire career on being funny, likable, and unproblematic.
No one knew who he was beforehand. Everyone knows who he is now. If he is a smart sociopath, he'll work that to his advantage.
I'd like to not have my career ruined by association. Thanks.
And she knows that Ryan's career has so far survived the fallout. I would agree with that. It has. He's still going to be Deadpool. He's not going to lose gigs. I do think Blake will have a tougher time getting gigs.
And let's not forget the biggest factor here, money. Because if there's one thing Ryan Reynolds knows how to do, it's protect his bank account. He's got businesses, endorsements, and Deadpool 3 set to drop in July. This man is a walking financial empire, and he's not about to let Blake's reckless PR disaster tank his earnings.
He's one of those guys. So they are absolute bullies.
He's one of those guys who can navigate through it all. Absolute bullies, no problem. Meanwhile, Blake's freaking out because she knows her career isn't nearly as stable as Ryan's. Sources say she's terrified that if this lawsuit keeps spiraling, she'll be completely blacklisted from Hollywood. And let's be real, she's not exactly an A-list box office draw anymore. Her entire brand was built on being America's sweetheart, and once that's gone, what does she have left? That's why insiders claim she's been pressuring Ryan to publicly support her, to stand by her side and show Hollywood that she still has power.
I do think Blake will have a tougher time getting gigs. Not because of a retaliation campaign, but because of her demanding authorship. Go make your own movies, Blake. Go make your own movie. You have the funds, support, apparently. You have Hollywood friends who have your back, right?
Ryan, he's not falling for it. He's already seen what happens to people who stick too close to Blake when things go south. Look at Justin Baldoni. He went from respected filmmaker to public enemy #1 overnight, just because he dared not to bow down to her ridiculous demands. Ryan's smart. He knows better than to let Blake drag him down with her.
I know. What Blake's done to Justin is worse. We've got this tunnel vision on bad, good, bad.
So at this point, the premiere snub makes total sense. Ryan isn't just skipping one event. He's strategically backing away from this entire train wreck before it gets worse. And the best part, Blake knows it. That's why she's trying to control the narrative. Why she's out here playing the independent, strong woman act, pretending she doesn't need Ryan when in reality, she needs him more than ever. Because the truth is blindingly obvious. Ryan Reynolds didn't just miss the premiere, he saw what was coming and he ran.
I would argue even their solo projects are going to be scrutinized. You guys clearly aren't backing down. You're frustrated with them, and I hear why. I am too. If they really played the power move that they did and lied.
Blake Lively really thought she had this one in the bag, didn't she? She came out swinging, filed that sexual harassment lawsuit against Justin Baldoni in December 2023, and expected Hollywood to just blindly believe her because, What? Well, she's Blake Lively. She probably thought the second she screamed "Me Too," the industry would throw Baldoni into the Hollywood abyss, and she'd waltz away looking like some fearless feminist icon.
The issue is, yeah, Blake Lively's done awful things to Justin and needs to pay the price in court. We'll find it out.
But here's the problem. She didn't expect Baldoni to fight back. And not just fight back, he came at her with a $400 million countersuit, completely shattering her entire narrative in one move. This wasn't just some petty lawsuit. This was one of the biggest celebrity legal battles of the decade.
Really wanted her vision to be included in this.
And then things got even worse for Blake. In February 2024, Baldoni turned around and filed a $250 million defamation lawsuit against the New York Times, accusing them of running a pre-planned hit piece against him before Blake even made her accusations public. Yes, before that. That means the NYT article wasn't just reporting the story, it was part of the plan. Blake was out here playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers, and somehow she still lost.
This person is not an honest broker. I believe her less than ever. I actually disbelieve her fully now.
The more you dig into this case, the more it starts to look less like a real legal battle and more like a rejected episode of Gossip Girl. Because now we have a full-blown cheating scandal on our hands. Blake Lively, Hollywood's golden girl, the one who built her entire career on playing the sweet, classy, perfect wife, turns out she was the one chasing after Justin Baldoni this entire time. And when I say chasing, I mean desperately throwing herself at him, sending flirty messages, and making comments so embarrassing you'd think they were written by a 14-year-old fangirl.
She's completely flirtatious with him.
Blake actually told Justin to try it pregnant while commenting on his workout videos. What does that even mean? Who says that? This woman was so deep in her delusions, she actually thought she could get away with this. And let's not forget, Justin is a married man. This wasn't just a little on-set chemistry, this was a full-blown obsession. And when Baldoni shut her down, she spiraled. Instead of accepting rejection like a normal human being, she flipped the entire script and painted herself as the victim.
And no amount of I'm sorry's will ever undo it. People hurt me.
She laughs and says, "Oh, did you get beard on me?" She doesn't say, "Oh my God, you nuzzled me," and said that I smell good. This is what she's done throughout.